Lewis Hart for the Ring magazine. Delighted today, for the first time in my interviewing career, joined with Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn in my interviewing career. Like first time.
It's quite brief, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah. But like you've done multiple interviews with each other, and I haven't had the privilege of doing that, so it's my first time. So yeah, how's things? How are you both?
Very good. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day, but very good. Enjoying it. It's start of a new journey, and enjoying every moment of it.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, start of a new journey. I guess firstly, I'll start with you, Eddie. To have Frank on DAZN as well, and have both main two UK promoters on the same platform. I mean, sum up to be that sort of moment, because I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, wouldn't have even been possibly imaginable. So now seeing it, how big of a moment do you think it is?
I think it was in the last 15 years it wouldn't be imaginable. I mean, you're not really talking about just the two biggest promoters in Britain, you're talking about the two biggest promoters in the world now. I think that's pretty widely acknowledged. And, you've got to look at it like this. The bigger DAZN are, the better it is for Matchroom, the better it is for our fighters. The more people are tuning in, the more subscribers they've got, the more shows they want to produce. And I thought the value for a DAZN subscriber was quite amazing. And then they added Queensbury. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, for me, it's always been a no-brainer. But now you've got the two powerhouses, the two biggest stables in the world, coming together. And although I want to put on a better schedule than Frank, and vice versa, when he does put on a good show and he's announced those great shows, I'm thinking that's fantastic because they're on DAZN. Mm. And I'm actually a subscriber as well, so it's great for me because I get to watch it as well.
Yeah. For yourself, Frank, you've been open about for many years being previously critical of DAZN. I guess now, when it comes to choosing that as your broadcaster, what was the enticement and what made you change your mind from now?
Well, DAZN, how it started off, is not the same DAZN, is it? It's evolved, and Eddie had the foresight and the vision to join them at the very start of this journey. There's some great people working there at the top, and they've had some additions on their management of people that I've worked with in the past, and it's a great combination. Add up to the fact that I met with Solen and Shay, and they're unbelievable people with great commitment and vision, and it's a no-brainer. It's the place to be. Boxing, one big channel, one subscription for all the fight fans around the world. Why wouldn't you be here? It stops the clashes of fights, of promotions. It's like a football fixture list now. Every week you know who's going to be, whose show it's going to be, who's going to be fighting. We're all vying to be the best promoter, to have the best shows on, which again is fabulous for the subscribers. It's for us, it was a total no-brainer. We built a very, very good boxing channel on BT and TNT as it became, and this was for us something we had to do because we needed to take our boxing to another level on a world platform, and I'm delighted we're here, and I'm delighted to be sitting here with Eddie because between us over the last 18 months or whatever it may be, through His Excellency sitting us down and saying, come on you two, you've got to work together, banging our heads together. We've delivered some fabulous shows between us and shows together. We're working now on the 5v5 or 10v10. We've got 10 fights that we're sending to His Excellency to look at, and that'll be the next 5v5, and maybe there'll be 2 5v5s out of the 10 fights. But it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm having the time of my life. I'm an old geezer now working with all these youngsters, but it's just been brilliant.
Eddie, how does the rivalry change between you two from being like a very personal one for so many years to now almost having that still that competitiveness there, but it's more like it's like a friendly competitive rivalry? How does it change?
The competitiveness will never leave. I mean, if you said to me, do you want to be the #1 promoter in Britain and the world, and do you want to have a better schedule than Frank Warren? You're never going to hear me go, no, not really. That's not in my mind. Of course it is. We want to win. And that's the way that we win. We're not like sportsmen. We don't score goals, or we don't win by knockout. We win by being the best. And in our field, and we're competitors. But now that competitiveness is going to benefit the fight fans and our platform, our broadcaster, under one roof. And now we just get to enjoy each other's success a little bit more because it's all for the bigger picture. It's all for the grander plan. So, that rivalry has been built up over sort of stubbornness, ego, but more importantly, you guys, who, caused us to fall out. You, Coogan over there, somewhere, Umar, definitely Umar. It's just like, that's what, did you hear? In a recent interview with Frank Warren, he said, and I'll say, do you fucking, and vice versa. So, but we never, I don't think it was ever a case of we were going to bed at night thinking about each other. It was just, we were competitors and we wanted to win. It's just more enjoyable now, if I'm honest. Like, we've been through, Frank's been around longer than me, but it was a rough ride for a time, and it built me into the operator that I am today. That rivalry, it's not that I wish it never happened, because I think it made me who I am in business, and it proved that I can stand the test of time. He's proved that many times, and I've proved that now, and I guess that's almost, might be a sign of respect as well to say, no, fair play, you ride it out, because he's, I said earlier, brilliant applier of pressure, Frank. That's what he's so good at, because of his staying power. It's like every time you think you got him, boom, he comes back with something bigger. So, and it's not for everyone, this game. You got to be a certain type of individual to hang in the sport for a long time. And I think I've proved that, and obviously he's done that in droves.
Yeah, a question for both of you, but I guess I'll start off with you, Frank. Both of you done many broadcast deals with different sort of broadcasters. The idea of having both of you guys on one platform, do you think that's good for the overall growth of the sport?
I do, but we've done it in the past. There was a time when Matchroom and us were on ITV. Yeah. There was a time when we were, for a brief period of time, on Sky. But I think this is different, because this time we're working together to make it a success. We're still working that we want the best for Queensbury, we want the best for Matchroom, and we're competitive, but we're not stupid enough to know that if we improve the product, if we drive subscription up on DAZN, we're all going to benefit from that. The obvious thing is DAZN will want to do more shows, they'll want to increase our budget because our fighters are getting more recognition and so forth. So it's a no-brainer. We've got to work our socks off, which we'll do, in delivering. And I really, really am pleased with the fact that we are working together. Certainly that Eddie and George, my son, who's our CEO, have got a good relationship in delivering these fights and working on these fights together. And it's to everybody's benefit. It's to your benefit. You haven't got to worry about shows clashing. We've got a fixture list now. We have a fixture list, so we all know what we're doing. We're not running a show on the same night. We're not splitting the audience. The audience is collective. The audience grows. And as I say, that can only be good for the sport.
Yeah, I guess same question to you, Eddie. Do you think that idea of, on one broadcaster, and I guess maybe even less options, is a good thing?
It's not really less options. You've always got options. Yeah. But the best options is on DAZN. Yeah. And that's basically, for a long, long time, you needed multiple platforms to watch Matchroom and Queensbury fights. And we're the two best promoters in the UK, the two best promoters in the world, and you can find them under one platform, one place, one subscription. And that's quite amazing, because as I said to you earlier, I thought just with us alone on DAZN, the value's incredible. Now you throw in the other promoters, and particularly Queensbury as well, and their stable of fighters. I've never seen a moment where the product and the platform is so powerful. And if you have any interest in boxing, you have to have DAZN. Simple as that. And now, and people talk about, I think one of the most pleasing things is the success of DAZN, because when we did take the leap, we were heavily criticised and no one was really believers. And like Frank said, it has come a long way since then. But we recognise the potential, and also what I love about the platform is that global reach. When we're in other countries, it's not, you can watch it tonight live on DAZN in the UK, and you can watch it in Fox on Australia, and RTL in Germany, and Viasat in Scandinavia. It's wherever you are in the world, there is just one place to watch, and that's DAZN.
Yeah. Before I do let you go, I do have to talk about the heavyweight division. I saw Frank on TalkSport yesterday talking about Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. Ideally, obviously, Dubois and Usyk are potentially rematching. Yeah, you spoke to me on Saturday after the show and hinted potential news for AJ. Would a Joseph Parker fight be an option?
Yeah, I think it has to be. I mean, look, I don't think, the two obvious options and his first priorities, obviously, is a Tyson Fury fight, but that's not in our control. And the other one is a Daniel Dubois fight. Outside of that, he's going to fight again. And if he's going to fight a Parker or a Caballel or a Wilder or someone from the top 10. Joseph Parker, what he's done is quite incredible. He beat Wilder when no one really wanted to fight him. He beat Zhang and he beat Bakoli. And he deserves a shot at the world title, let alone AJ. Yeah. I would still like to see Parker fight Dubois. Yeah. And if he doesn't, I hope he gets the Usyk opportunity. But if he don't get any of those opportunities and Dubois fights Usyk, there may be AJ and Parker rematch. What he's done is incredible. And obviously, Frank's job is to get him the biggest fight possible. Yeah.
How does that sound, Frank?
It's great. I mean, look, there's so many permutations there. The one thing's for sure is none of these guys are sitting on their backside. They're active heavyweights. And they're all involved in really, really good quality domestic bust-ups, international bust-ups, and big names there. AJ's probably one of the most recognisable sportsmen in Europe, if not the world. I mean, everybody knows who he is, and he's carrying on, he's fighting. So there's some fabulous fights to be made there. Tyson, he's retired. Whether he changes his mind or not, I don't know. It's not a conversation I'm ever going to have with him. If he does, that'll come from him. In the meantime, we've got to make these fights happen, and they will happen. And we've got a great place from happening. Heavyweight boxing is all about DAZN. That's what it's all about. You want to watch the best heavyweights in the world now, they're all on DAZN.
Eddie, Frank, thank you for taking time to speak to me. Really appreciate it. And all the best, I guess, for the upcoming 2025.
See you in Altrincham?
Yes, you will see me in Altrincham, and I'll see you obviously in New Jersey as well. So
well done.
Appreciate it. See you later. Thank you.
And Manchester.
Yeah, and Manchester, of course, as well. Yeah. Sorry.
I know. What's going on? Sorry. I'll see you when I'm looking at you.
Cheers. Thank you.